Welcome back to the Ciaran and Josh experience. I'm Josh McKenna.
And my name is Ciaran Sanders.
And our guest today, all the way from the island, Duncan, British Columbia, is...
Sophia.
What's your last name?
Ingham.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sophia's been quite the wandering nomad over the past couple of years. She started off in Duncan.
Well, I would say she wandered into our lives.
Really? Yeah, she
did.
She just timidly
True.
wandered in like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
She, moved from Duncan back in what
grade
year
9?
was that? It
I
would have
just-
been like
It was grade 9.
2013, I think.
I don't even count the years. I just count what grade I was in.
I think it was 2013, and then she left us in I think 2016 ish.
Yes.
She got up midway through the school year,
It wasn't midway.
just up and left.
It was 2 months in.
Well, midway, and up and left, went to North Delta, and then suddenly, things are looking up. So
God knows why she moved all the way
I know
out there.
it's a terrible place. Sorry to any of our listeners from North Delta, but your town makes me very uncomfortable. It's got terrible vibes.
Isn't it? I don't know the way that Ladner, our town, is structured, but I think isn't it included?
Technically,
Is
it's
it
all
North
part of
Delta?
It's all Delta.
Except North Delta is like, it's the part of Delta you don't want to go to. It's like the ugly part.
That's like the Gotham of Delta.
Yeah, it's like the Gotham City, crime-ridden, extremely uncomfortable. They need a Batman, but they don't have one. So
Yeah, because Josh lives in Ladner.
Yeah, I know. Well, cool, Ciaran. Be subtle about that, dude. Okay, all right. But
Sorry, I'm just used to the idea that no one's listening. And it's just so fluid. And everything is just so fluid and organic over here at Ciaran and Josh Incorporated.
Yeah. So and then things are looking up. Sophia gets a job at Tsawwassen Mills, which is a mall that's like about a 5 to 10 minute drive from where we live, and she's catching a shuttle from North Delta to the mall.
Cut that right in the middle. Let's say 8-minute drive.
Yeah, I know. And so she's got a job there for like 2 weeks. Then all of a sudden,
2
she
weeks,
just
a month.
freaking
Thank you.
up and leaves and goes back to Duncan, right out of our lives again. And then all of a sudden, I find out Sophia's in town. What? So we had to really quickly just rush her onto this podcast because she's essential. She's probably been one of our biggest fans from the beginning. She's a huge fan of the show.
Be
and
honest.
she's actually shivering right now. She's so excited to be on the podcast.
Yeah, I am. I'm quite nervous though.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. Yeah, I would say, I don't know, Sophia, my first impression of you, it was just so, I had lived my life in this little nucleus of Ladner, and having someone from the outside, from Duncan, BC, for, middle of nowhere. Also, fun fact, little asterisk, this really doesn't have any bearing on anything, but can you confirm or deny that a fun little nickname for Duncan is Drunken Duncan?
I can confirm that.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish I can get there someday.
It's totem town. It's a totem town.
It's a hike though.
Ciaran, I was actually talking to her about this. I said we should go over there. Apparently there's some nice campsites in the summer. Whip over there, drive over there.
No, yeah,
meet
for
old
sure.
Soph.
Sophia, really?
Have a camping trip.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are planning our summer as we speak. I'm writing on the should I? No, I'll save these for
We're
later.
thinking like maybe June, July sort of thing.
Yeah,
as long
absolutely.
as it's warm. Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
even need to be that warm. When I was camping in
Wait,
Manning
did you say
in May.
warm?
I said warm.
Warm.
Dude, I have a subtle cold. I'm speaking a little weird. You got on me about this in the last podcast. Just get the heck over it. Yeah, you made me like re-say like something that I said weirdly.
Oh yeah. I blocked that out with therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Sophia, why don't you give us we did this last episode for Tessa. What was your, I don't want to say first impression, but just explain how you kind of met Josh and I.
Well, when did I meet you? I met you in school, didn't I? In English?
You met me in English class, yeah.
English with who? Maya, Luke.
Was it Miss Bishop?
Yeah, Miss Bishop, yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I went to that class. Remember
You
that?
did, yeah, I do remember that. Oh my gosh,
And
yeah.
then afterwards, actually, we all met up. We met up with you.
Yeah.
And we were just strutting around town. I actually have a great picture we took of each other. And Ciaran,
No,
you
you-
look like
Of me?
Yeah, and of the two of us,
Really?
it's actually a nice little selfie. Let me just show it to you and get your reaction, because you look like a fetus. Like,
Oh my god. Yeah,
I
didn't
look
we...
like not like young, but your face actually strongly resembles a fetus. I
My-
just have the zoomed in photo of you.
My face should. Oh Oh lordy, we have
What
to.
a
You have to
cutie.
post that on.
I think we'll post that
post
online
that
on
online.
on
Yeah.
our Instagram so people
That's-
get the idea of
what that's
what it
grade
looks like.
grade 9, I guess.
Yeah.
It must have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
But does that not just
I
look
look
like a fetus?
I look like I should be on a pro-life poster.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's how young I
That
look.
is so cute.
Wow. Do you want to do a compare and contrast? We could recreate that
Please do
photo.
that.
I don't know if
Oh,
we have
yeah.
time to do it
Please.
today, but we could.
Yeah.
We could do a
Whip up to Delta Manor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a nice little selfie again.
Is that the day that I met him, or?
Yeah,
that-
that's
Yeah,
the day
I
that you
think I
met
remember
him.
that because I was on the bus and I got off and Josh said,
Yeah,
"Oh,
and
do
we
you
were
want
with.
to come?"
Who were we with?
Maya.
With
was there.
Maya, I think
Maya.
Luke,
Sydney
Ciaran,
was there, I
me.
think.
I think Sydney was there too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What a time, huh?
That
Was
great.
that the same time? Remember when we saw that dead duck on the road? Was that the
With
same
Maya?
time? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the same
Yeah.
day.
We were walking around. Also, throwing it back to the time
Oh,
when just
geez.
walking around was like a fun thing to
Love
do.
that.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you like strut about town, it's like I can walk on my own.
Yeah. And then your parents would be like, "Oh, so you're walking over to Josh's house," which is like not even 5 minutes. I'd say 3-minute walk. And my parents are like, "Oh, do you want to ride like quickly? I'm going to the store right now." And I'm like, "Oh, little grade 9 Ciaran. Oh, no, I'm okay. I'm gonna walk. Yeah, I'm okay walking."
Yeah.
My mom looking at me so concerned. But
I know.
I can just give you a ride there. I'm going out anyways. Yeah, it's okay. I just want to like walk. If that's okay.
I see my siblings going through the same phases. It's just like, I'm literally, I'm actually driving to a friend's house who lives like on the same street as them. Are you sure you don't? No, what the heck, dude? I'll walk, okay? I can walk.
Get off my case right now. Okay? Step off, Josh.
Let me strut my stuff about town, please. I'm hard. I can walk around Ladner by myself.
Yeah. I'm hard. Yeah. Well.
So
easy. PG.
man.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, last time Tessa and I talked about our romantic connection in the early days. Didn't you two guys have a little?
No.
Wasn't there like a subtle
I
interest?
don't know. Yeah.
Maybe-
Oh, Sophia's giving Josh the side eye. I don't.
Oh,
No,
she
I
doesn't want to
mean,
discuss
I don't
this.
think
Oh
so.
my gosh.
Not really.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, no.
Not particularly.
Just a few butterflies
We
in the
went,
stomach from time to time.
I hung out at your house a couple times. Like I just went over, and we watched South Park. Remember that? There was a couple other people there. It wasn't just me.
With my little sister.
Yeah, your little sister was
Right,
there.
We remember that.
Yeah.
And
She gave like a puppet
she
show
gave
for
a
us.
puppet show.
Yeah.
I hope she's listening to this because
Yeah.
she is cringing right
Well,
now.
you have to give it to her. That's like
Oh, I remember that puppet show. Actually, I was
You
there.
were there?
I was
Yeah,
definitely there.
You were there too.
It was the weirdest friggin' thing I've ever seen.
And Grant. Okay, when you say little sister, it's not like she was 6 or 7. She
no,
was.
she was 2 years younger. Or
Yeah,
she is 2 years
She's
younger.
2 years younger than us. So at this point, she was probably what 14.
Grade
No,
seven-
no,
grade
sorry, she
7.
would have been grade 7. So
So
12 or 13,
yeah.
giving us a puppet show, unannounced. We didn't ask for it. We were just watching South
Yeah.
Park.
Because
We
I
went-
had like a South Park like stuffy. Like
Yeah,
the Kenny stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. So she pulled that out and
And that was just a weird day. We went to there's a store in Ladner, and it's a corner store kind of.
Ming's.
A Ming's
Yeah.
market.
That's such a weird place.
What an
dude.
honor
Oh my
Ciaran
gosh.
took me there.
Yeah, and Sophia had never been there, and
No.
it's like a Ladner institution. So
Yeah.
we had. I was a huge proponent of that. No one wanted to go, and I felt like it was such a good adventure, and everyone was giving. I'm trying to search for a PG word. giving me heck for taking him to this weird little market.
I mean, it was an experience.
Well,
Mhm.
I don't know, Ciaran. It's like you were like, yeah, let's go to the poor man's 7-Eleven. It's gonna be a great time.
No, but because it's the poor man's 7-Eleven, you get stuff that like you wouldn't get in a 7-Eleven.
Like
you know,
all of the porno magazines that he has in the
okay,
back.
I wasn't gonna
Oh.
say that. Okay, there is.
He has on
yes.
the back wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then there's also all.
So
the,
can you
all the
confirm
weird
that's what you went in?
No,
Okay.
I can confirm that I did not go in there for that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was clearly trying to get with Sophia, man. You were
Yeah.
just cramping my vibe,
Yeah.
right?
You're like, Sophia, do you want to come see these magazines?
I was taking a drink of water. Yeah, that was my mindset.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
I actually remember this one time we showed up at Sophia's house, and we knocked on the door, and she opened the door. She's like, my mom's not home. You guys can't even come over. You guys go away. And then like Riley, her older brother, who I actually think likes us more than Sophia. Big fan of the podcast I found out.
Are you serious?
Shout out to Riley. We love you.
Oh my goodness, Riley. I've only talked to him in passing, but I have nothing but good things to say about him.
What an excellent guy. Yeah. And he was like, suddenly sees us through this crack in the door. Sophia won't even open the door all the way. And he's like, oh, hey guys, come on inside. Come on, let's go. And we were like, oh, thanks, man. And we walked in, and then Sophia was like, she was fuming. She didn't,
I remember the first, I wouldn't say we had dinner parties, but we definitely made mac and cheese. And that was, remember when we make that?
Yes.
We made that several times.
At my house.
Yeah, like twice.
Yeah.
2 or 3 times. We made craft dinner at your house just because there was nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I felt that we had a great little, wow, we're going to like the history of our friendship here. Like, I felt our group was such like an awesome little nucleus of friends because
it was.
I mean, when we were in grade 9 and grade 8, none of us were really, into drinking or, kind of like stealing cigarettes from anyone or anything like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ciaran, speak for yourself there, okay?
Oh, sorry.
Stealing cigarettes from the
I'm just saying that,
it was super chill, yeah.
Yeah, it was super relaxing.
Non-dramatic.
Absolutely. Everyone was there to have a good time. We would do stuff like go to Ming's Market and make craft dinner.
Yeah. I guess we're kind of starting to enter that stage of life again, though, with like, as everyone turns 19 and stuff, and it's like, oh, you're not like cool and edgy because you like drink or whatever, it's kind of like everyone's just like chilling out and nobody cares again, you know, which is kind of nice.
I like that. It ramped up with university. I think everyone's caught up in that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know if Sophia, if you feel that, like if you're on the, like, is the island just a weird backwards world where up is down and
as
boy bands play different instruments?
There's 6 houses.
You cut off the end of the joke, but that's okay.
Well, it's fine. There's only like one guy who lives in the town, and there's 6 houses, and there's like he has 6 wives. It's like a whole. Yeah, it's a town that's built on polygamy. Yeah.
Josh is actually joining.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm becoming the second man.
The second man.
Congrats. Yeah. What's there was a whole big thing with the Supreme Court about that with that guy. That guy,
really?
It was in the interior. It wasn't on the island.
Oh, I think I heard about that. Yeah.
What happened? What is it?
It was this Mormon guy that, I'm not Mormon, but from my understanding.
Wait, what?
I know, big shocker. But it's
I always thought that what was going on with that? Like those undergarments that you were wearing, those full body undergarments.
The Mormon underwear.
Yeah.
It's just comfortable.
Okay.
I just wear that.
It's just a comfort thing.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah,
of course.
And a stylish thing too, because it's very hip and trending, especially
trendy.
I went to a fashion show in Salt Lake City. Everyone was wearing them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you, ahead of the curve on this. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways. But polygamy is A-okay in some Mormon. I think I don't know if it's all Mormon, but I think some Mormon.
I guess like maybe certain denominations of Mormonism.
Yeah, I guess.
Is there separate denominations of Mormonism?
Yeah, because there's like fundamentalist, like super hardcore.
Yeah.
And they're okay, but he was saying it's his religious freedom to practice polygamy in Canada, even though it's illegal. And that's the whole thing, was that is this really religious freedom, or is this, illegal? Are we upholding the law that's in place? Mm-hmm. So is that like Duncan?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of polygamy, though, like that show Sister Wives?
Speaking of polygamy.
Nice little transition. That show Sister Wives, the guy on there, who, first of all, that's good. He's like one of the ugliest, like
Cody,
greasiest.
Right?
Yeah, Cody. He's one of the ugliest, greasiest guys I've ever seen. How did he end up with, like, what is it, 4 wives?
I think he's 5. And then one left.
Is it 5 now?
I think 1 left.
Yeah. And he's got his, like, little man ponytail in the back now. He's getting uglier as he ages, dude. Like
you watch this show a lot?
No, but, like, every once in a while it's on in the background in my house or something like that.
Why?
Because the girls in my house love it. They just love to gawk at it. But,
dude.
Yeah.
That is such a bad... Can you confirm, Sophia? Is this...
I've never seen this. I haven't.
Sister Wives?
Not recently, no.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was saying...
Not recently? What do you mean
No,
you've
I
never
think
seen
I've seen it like years ago.
Yeah.
But like...
Okay.
He just came out saying, and this is like...
Sophia just started... Okay, great.
This one excerpt from the show is really circulating around quite a bit now, where it's Cody saying he's sitting there with all of his wives on a couch, and he's like, oh yeah, like some guys like have 10 wives. He's like, but that's way too much, man. Like, I'm not that kind of guy who would have like 10 wives. Like, that's just ridiculous.
I mean, that's
and
just
like,
excessive.
Oh, of course
that's
not,
excessive.
Cody. I mean, like you're being reasonable with your like 5 wives, Cody. Like, whoa, 10 wives, way out of proportion. He's like,
Yeah.
You know, I'm just imagining him being like, okay, guys, like maybe 9. Like I could easily do 9, but 10. Whoa, dude, that's crossing the line.
That's double
like, wow.
digits.
Like
double
wow.
digits.
Okay, guys.
I'd have to get an extension on the house.
10 guys, 10 wives. What kind of crazy person would I be?
Honestly, you know how hard my life would be. All the kids I'd have. I'd just be a taxi driver driving these kids around left and right. Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Sophia, as a woman, would you ever be interested in marrying a guy who has other wives? Like, I can't see, like, I don't understand from the women's perspective why they want to be a part of that.
Well, I mean, they're probably all like best friends, aren't they? Like all the girls.
No.
Oh, do they like hate each other?
I think
so.
I think
Really?
they're like kind of friends, but under the
do
surface
they, like,
they
fight
sort of
over
hate each
him?
other. I think so, because he goes to like different houses each night. They all live like next to each other.
Oh, like in a
and then he sleeps in different houses each night.
way.
Yeah.
Really?
Because they had to move.
I thought they all
they had
lived
to
in the
move to
same
Nevada
place.
because
That's
they
the only
were,
state where it's
that's
legal.
the only place where it's legal, and they were being like, you know, like chased by the cops. Or something, I don't know, something like that. But now they live in like a little cul-de-sac, all the houses beside each other,
God.
and he goes to like, it's like Mondays I'm at Jennifer's house, Tuesdays I'm at Wanda's house. You know, like
That is
it's super weird.
ridiculous.
But if the girls like don't like it, then why would they get involved?
Yeah, true.
But that's what I don't get. Like, why would you want to be a part of that?
It's a no for me.
Like, what are you getting out of that?
Well, part of it, I think at this point, I don't know if any wives have joined since the show started. I'm sure some of it is in the allure of being on a reality TV show.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm sure they get paid.
Yeah. But I can't imagine like that much, you know, spread out over all those wives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens with divorce? How does divorce work? How's it split up?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
it just seems
it's so easy when
really
it's
complicated.
it's so easy when it's divided by 2, but divided by 3?
Yeah.
Well, would the other girls be involved?
They're married. They're legally married to
Like
him.
all of them, or
Yeah.
just?
Yeah, they're all legally married to him. That's
To him.
polygamy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What the heck, dude?
Yeah.
And
Cody.
what went wrong with Nevada? Like, how did Nevada get so freaking messed up? You know?
I don't know. I think the mob had a huge. Have you seen Casino? Have you guys seen the
No.
movie? It's this. Do you know Goodfellas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same director that did Goodfellas, did Casino a couple years before, and it's about like the mob in Las Vegas, pretty much, and it's a really good film.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
it has Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, all those guys.
Hmm.
Yeah, from looking at it, I think the basis was made like the foundation of just like creating an area where Las Vegas, like anyone can just
Do anything.
do anything and go there, and it's a resort, and you get like legalized gambling and everything, and I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, I find it weird that people live in Las Vegas. It just seems like it's a resort. Like in my mind, it's a resort.
It's not a place you want to be for more than a week. Like, you know, it's just, it's super weird. Yeah, I wonder what the neighborhoods are like around there.
I'm sure they're nice. I'm sure they're fine neighborhoods. There's fine people everywhere.
Like, you go to like Kin's Farm Market in Las Vegas. That just seems weird. Like,
It's probably weird growing up there. I mean, like, as a kid.
And there's a hockey team there now too.
Okay.
So there's,
really?
the Vegas Golden Knights.
Golden Knights?
Mm-hmm.
That's the stupidest hockey team name I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Honestly, I saw a video recently of the first playoff game.
Yeah.
They had.
Did they make it to the playoffs?
Yeah, they did.
Really?
They had.
Wow.
You don't really follow hockey, but everyone in the hockey world is like freaking out because everyone pegged the Vegas Golden Knights to finish like last.
Yeah.
And there were odds 200 or what was it? Almost I forget the exact odds, but it was like 300 to 1.
Really?
From Vegas.
Wow.
That
Dang.
like the Vegas Golden Knights would win the Stanley Cup, and now they're in the playoffs, so they have a chance.
Dang.
And they've won 2 playoff games, so they're up in their series or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But
Wow.
the video I saw was the first playoff game, and they had this elaborate like Disney on Ice kind of ice dance thing.
Yeah.
Where they had this guy dressed up in an LA Kings jersey or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's the team they're playing, and it's such a dopey, hokey thing. This Golden Knights guy comes out, and he has like a big golden helmet on and a huge sword, and he's on skates, and he comes out, and then he like skates out into the center of the ice and like lowers his sword and looks at the guy with this dark, LA Kings jersey on, and then the LA Kings jersey guy is like, whoa, like, like yells at him, and then the Golden Knight guy like takes out his sword and like raises it above his head, and everyone's like cheering, and he like throws it down on the ice, and then on the ice they project this like image of this golden like crack that follows like cracks in the
when
ice.
They project things on the ice. It's the very coolest thing.
And there was a big circle around the center, and the LA Kings guy is freaking out because he's surrounded by this golden projection, and then they start dueling, and then everyone in the stadium's like, yeah, Golden Knights. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, but throwing it back to we probably talked about Creation Festival on like every podcast so far.
I know.
But I was really weirded out when the last time I was at a Canucks game, maybe it was the second last time, something like that, and I went there and I was sitting watching the game, and the Canucks skated out onto the ice to this song, what's a band called Skillet, who is like playing is like a
you
Christian
told me about this,
rock band, and it's a terrible song too. But I was like, they started playing it, and the Canucks like skate out, and I was like, what? I just couldn't stop laughing. It was hilarious. It was so weird.
Oh, one thing that we have written up on the board here: Ricky Gervais, his new comedy special.
Yeah,
Josh, Humanity. Have you watched it, Josh?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it on the plane coming back or going to Mexico.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was I was crying. I was laughing so hard. I was sitting in the plane, and I was. When you're like, you have a fit laughing and you're like moving around just erratically. Yeah. That's what I was doing, but in my plane seat. Yeah. It was hilarious. I think I'm a big fan of his now from that special.
I thought he's kind of like at this point in his career where he's well established enough, and it's like, he's not really old, but he is starting to get older. And
he's 48 or something?
Something like that. And he's, so he just doesn't really like care what he says anymore, like what people think of what he says, so he really just says anything that he wants, and it's just like,
well, he I think he outlined that.
I mean, he's definitely in his special. Yeah, he's like definitely not like tiptoeing around like political correctness, which like PC stuff is good for a lot of situations, but like also in comedy, pushing the boundaries is kind of like a huge part of comedy.
Yeah, and it is a joke. He doesn't actually mean these things that he's saying.
Yeah, and he says like a lot of stuff, and he just doesn't care. And it's like, it's just kind of hilarious that he just doesn't care, Yeah. But he does. It's very well written.
He battles the audience a lot because he'll say something like, and he'll say a joke. Punchline is like, cancer, and then everyone's like, oh, he's like, oh, come on, shut up, no, God, that's a joke, come on. Did you I thought one of the funniest jokes I've heard in a while actually was the joke he made about looking at other people's kids.
Oh yeah,
like when people are. Did you find that funny?
Yeah, actually, Aiden Sanders was talking to me about.
Yeah, because I watched it. I watched it with him later.
Where he's talking about how like you can't look at like the picture of someone's kid for too long or too short.
Yeah.
But of course, we shouldn't spoil it for everyone.
No.
Please experience it. Just give it a watch. Yeah.
One of the funniest jokes that I was on the plane watching this, and I was honestly having like a conniption when I was listening to this. It was so funny.
Yeah, the special's pretty obscene. So if you're on the more sensitive side of things, don't watch it. But
yeah, I would say if you get offended easily, it's not for you. But if you're a fan of comedy, you would appreciate this.
Yeah, because to an extent, like if you can't, because you're supposed to be able to like make jokes about everything. Like that's like what a lot of comedians have talked about. Like I heard one guy, I remember going to this like leadership conference back in high school. In my early days of high school too, and there was this comedian there he'd worked with, I can't remember his name, but he'd worked with like Will Ferrell and stuff, and like he'd met and like spent time with a lot of like big names in comedy, and he's a comedian himself, and he said, I write like dark jokes about things. He's like, because it just helps me to like get over stuff. He's like, when my dad died, the first thing I did is I went and I wrote like hundreds of jokes about my dad dying. He's like, it just helped me like get over it, just to find like the comedy in the situation. He says like, essentially, if you can't make fun of something, like the negative side of that event kind of like wins, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you
That's
can't
true,
come
though.
to terms to laugh about something at some point, even if it's the darkest stuff.
It is a coping
Yeah.
mechanism.
But like there are some jokes that are like inappropriate because you have to make jokes from like a certain perspective about dark things, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, like, but there you should be able to pretty much find a joke about like anything in one way or another, really. You know?
Yeah, especially with do you know just in like theme with Ricky Gervais, like British humor
Yeah.
is very
Crude.
very crude
Yeah.
and very same with Irish as well, I find.
Yeah.
Like all my older relatives, they have I'm Irish, by the way.
Same.
Yeah. Wow. And I don't know, they all have they share the same kind of black, very, crude humor. And
Yeah.
it's just, I think partly because they grew up so poor and everything was so difficult for them growing up that they had to have that to, survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
All
that.
right.
Sophia, you should give that a watch.
Yeah.
Oh, I will.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Tell Riley, if Riley hasn't seen it too, tell him to
Oh,
watch
I'll
it.
tell him.
Yeah.
He'll probably love it.
Yeah. What about Josh? You had a news story up for Sophia and I.
I
And
did.
Sophia
Oh.
and I have not seen this.
No.
Josh was extremely clear.
He would not let us.
Okay, let me pull up. Okay, let's start with this one. This one's good. This is women are getting designer nipples to look more like Kendall Jenner.
Oh.
Really?
Sophia, thoughts?
I mean, you do you. Who
Sophia,
doesn't want to be Kendall Jenner?
will you read out this little headline to us? Just the first little bit of it. Just summarize it for us.
No.
Actually, don't
I
summarize
can't,
it.
I
No, that's PG-14. No, that's PG-14. Don't read it, Sophia.
But dude, like, what is happening? Like, designer nipples?
Like,
Body modification has been a thing since beginning of time with tattoos and piercings or whatever. But like,
I've never heard of this before.
this is first. Hey,
Yeah.
first time I've heard of it before too.
Let me just toss this quote out. Of what this plastic surgeon says, what a lot of female patients want is, quote, and I'm not going to explain this, I'm just going to put it up for interpretation. What they want is, quote,
no.
high beam or headlight look.
Oh god.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh god.
So,
Yeah, that's you know what I don't know. No, I'm not gonna comment.
No.
I had a comment. I'm gonna refrain. Oh, Josh, are you hitting us with a low and then hitting us with a high, or?
yeah, I'll give you something a little bit more to talk about, but that
Okay.
is just blowing my mind.
That's a lot.
You know, I actually saw something on, the website Cracked? It used to be a magazine.
I'm a huge fan
I
of
love
Cracked.
Cracked.
Yeah.
They have a lot of witty humor, and they do these like top 10 lists, like top 10 like stupidest products of all time, and like weirdest products. One of them was like, it was this kit and it was for unisex use to dye your nipples different colors.
What?
You mean different shades or
No,
different
like
colors?
you can make
Like-
them like green or purple or like
Wow.
a hot pink, like
I mean, how do you just get it like on the nipple?
a
though?
baby blue. I don't know.
Like-
I don't really know the details of the
Pourquoi?
application, but I cannot understand why you would want to do that.
God.
Wow.
Like, what purpose does that serve?
there's no okay, with cosmetics I do understand that the goal is to look youthful.
Yeah.
I guess that's the overarching goal. I don't wear makeup, but with what is it, like eyeliner, you want your eyes to
To, like,
pop.
pop, yeah, exactly.
You want with teeth whitener, you want your teeth to be whiter. What is pink nipples
I
gonna do?
don't know, dude.
What if I had
Well, I
pink
think
nipples?
most nipples are pink, but we're talking
Sorry,
about like
sorry.
a very like neon pink.
If I had a neon yellow nipple, why would that? How is that changing my
I don't
look?
know. And from what I understand about it, it's like kind of temporary tattoo like, so it lasts for a
Oh,
few
really?
days.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it's not like you put it on and just wash
I think
it off.
that's better. I think.
It stays on for a while, which is just strange.
Well, it's
Can you
better than-
imagine like
hey, it's-
walking around the beach and everyone's like, I can't tell what's different about you, but have you been hitting the gym? Because your body looks excellent, Ciaran.
And there's gonna be that with any temporary tattoo or any, eventually fading thing is gonna be like
Yeah.
the awkward in between
God.
of as it's fading.
And
So you're gonna have like a vaguely yellow nipple, like it's like, are you is your chest okay? Do you have like jaundice or something?
Yeah.
Are you getting enough iron in your body?
like,
Do you need some supplements?
I'm just imagining like an infomercial where it's like you walking around the beach, you have bright blue nipples, and everyone's like, "Wow, man, have you been hitting the gym? Like, there's something different about you. I can't tell what it is, but you."
Why do you
your
always
beach
use
body
hitting the
looks great."
gym? You
Hold
use
on,
hitting the
hold on,
gym
dude,
all
hold
the
on.
time.
And then I'm just
Sophia,
like,
he uses
I'm
that all the
picturing
time.
this like infomercial where you turn
What's another
and look to the camera.
What's another
and you're
drastic
like,
change
and
that
you're-
you could say?
And you're like, so subtle, they'll never know. And then you like wink at the camera, and it's like, get your nipple dye kit now. Only $19.99. Sold exclusively at Hot Topic.
It would be a hot topic.
It totally would be Hot Topic.
I've been watching a lot of Mad Men recently, so it's a show about advertising in the 60s, and I just can't with anything now. I find I do it not just with this kind of topic, but with anything. I think of an old-fashioned 60s ad of a mother kind of hand-drawn on a massive billboard, and she's kind of head cocked, eyebrows raised, like I don't know, some insert tagline here, and it's like blue nipples. What I'm talking, or like not even okay. What's another one here? Like
Okay, let
get
me
the
hit you
next
with another one. So, as you guys know, National Kissing Day is coming up.
Oh really?
Yeah, actually.
How will
no,
you be
20
celebrating, Josh?
Probably, sitting alone, in my bed, listening to some sad tunes.
Me.
A little bit of Nirvana. Wait, what?
Me.
Sophia.
Celebrating with
Do you know what that means?
What are you trying
Me?
to?
No.
Sophia.
I think Sophia just made a move on me
Aw.
This is an
on
elaborate.
the podcast.
No, like when you say something that like you also, like me.
Yeah,
Like
but
me.
you just placed
like I'm
that
gonna
wrong.
also be doing that.
Like I was like,
too.
I'm gonna be celebrating with, and you're like me.
Sorry.
No, thank you.
You could just say, yeah.
But maybe actually I would celebrate with you if
Oh.
you decide to do this. Pizza chain offers up pepperoni lipstick for National Kissing Day.
Oh, gross. Oh, God.
No thanks.
Yes, please.
No thanks.
So,
Why?
April 13th.
Explain.
Wait,
explain
hold on.
your.
No, but I mean,
Explain your.
you guys, we missed it. It was yesterday.
What?
that's what I thought.
National Kissing Day.
Oh crap!
Oh,
Yes,
what
the
a
14th
shame.
today.
I forgot to go out and kiss people.
Shucks.
Yeah, I didn't kiss anyone yesterday.
But this
I had an English
pizza
exam.
chain, Villa Italian Kitchen, has created pepperoni pucker lipstick featuring zesty pepperoni flavor. I don't know about you guys, but when I think about kissing someone, I think, man, I hope it's zesty. Like, that moment where you're like leaning in for the kiss, it hasn't quite
Zesty?
connected
Zesty.
yet, and you're like, and you're just thinking, you're just like, I really hope that this is gonna be zesty. I'm hoping it's gonna be savory. I'm hoping it's gonna really be flavorful.
Maybe
a
that's
little
why you didn't have anyone to
pepperoni-ish.
kiss yesterday. I don't know how many women. I haven't kissed a lot of women, but none of them have. I would describe it as zesty.
Wait, are you suggesting that maybe that's why I haven't gotten any hits on my Christian Mingle profile yet? Because I said looking for a zesty kisser.
I think that belongs somewhere else on a different. I think you should talk to Tessa about that with your setting
much.
up a Tinder maybe, because I think that's a great Tinder
That's what
tag.
I
Yeah.
told
Well, my
Josh.
likes.
That's a great Tinder tag.
No, that's great.
My
Looking for a
likes
zesty
are-
kisser.
Or
Kisser.
my wants are likes on there. I say, looking for a godly woman who likes coffee
We're not laughing at godly women.
Records.
We're laughing at Josh.
and is down for a few zesty kisses. And dislikes are non-zesty kisses, flavorless kisses, bland kisses.
Josh is
Give me
not
something
into that.
savory.
Sophia, do you watch the YouTuber H3H3? Has Josh?
I've seen some of
H3H3,
it.
Has
what an
Josh-
influence on us.
I know.
Love them.
Honestly, I don't think we would be here today without H3. So shout out to H3.
Yeah. Because people had said we should do a podcast for a while, and I think we never really got into doing it up until I spent a lot of time like driving to school, and I'd listen to the H3 podcast or some other podcasts, but mainly the H3 podcast. And I was like, we should just do this.
I haven't listened to his podcast. I watched like his YouTube videos, like a couple of them.
Babe Nash,
Have you seen 34-Year-Old Virgin? Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh my goodness! I thought that's where you were going with the talking about zesty kisses, because I was like, oh, do you want to?
No, Skippy's not to the point where he's getting zesty kisses yet.
It's a video of it was on it. Oh, man, I don't even know how to describe it, but the basis of the video, this guy H3, Ethan Klein, is watching it's a reaction, I guess, of.
But like when you hear reaction, you don't really think of like what they're doing. It's more they have like a whole like. Like pre-planned like commentary, and they spin off and do skits based on what
Yeah, exactly. They do bits and little zingers based off this video, and the video is this 34-year-old Mormon who lives in Utah, I guess, with his mother named Skippy,
and his mother is his wing mom.
I have seen that video.
Yeah,
I've seen that, but it wasn't him that was.
Oh, it was just the actual clip.
Yeah, like
you saw
it was someone else reacting to it.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't him.
Yeah. Yeah, and Skippy, he has like T-shirts and stuff, that say, "I kissed Skippy," or like "I made out with Skippy
for 3 minutes." And all I got was this lousy T-shirt.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he has like a spoof of like the Get Milk or Got Milk logo,
and
Skippy. It says "Got Skippy." Yeah.
Oh my god.
Got Skippy.
It's terrible. It's
horrible. It took years off my life in terms of stress and cringe.
Yeah.
But I thought that's where long story short, I thought that's where you're going with that.
No. But anyways, anybody who's interested in zesty kisses like me, first of all, hit me up. Second of all, you can get some zesty kissing lip balm at pepperonipucker.com.
But you can get, I'm sure they have a whole bunch discounted now that National Kissing Day is over.
Of course, yeah. You can probably get them super cheap right now.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you there's a ton used on eBay. You'll probably buy a few used zesty kissing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you're also vicariously kissing the people that kiss the.
Yeah. Look at that tune one.
It's just a big old circle of love, like the sister wives.
Don't know why you threw it back to that.
They're like, we believe love should be spread rather than just contained, man.
Spread. What's our time looking at here?
I think we're still doing pretty good.
I'm under a tight schedule.
Oh yeah,
I have a.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, you're gonna say tight like what?
No, I was just gonna say like, like we talked about, like we had to whip this together real quick because we just found out Sophia was in town.
Of course, absolutely. I have an exam at 5 o'clock today, so I just have to watch the time.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a little shorter today, but that's all right.
I think you know what I'm sorry, I cut you off there, Josh.
Well, I mean, the personality of our guest makes up for the lack of time. Huh?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
Sophia, can you, being our first ginger guest, for those of you who, we'll take a picture and we'll post it on the Instagram later. Apparently, because it's a recessive gene, I believe that's how you say it, the extinction of gingers is imminent. Yes. And it's been called the redhead extinction.
The redhead extinction is coming, and we have our in-house ginger here to comment on it. So...
It's quite upsetting, actually.
Yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine.
But I mean, I've heard that it's like a continuous gene. Like, even if you're not ginger yourself, but someone else in your family is, you can still have a kid that's ginger.
Really?
Because my parents, they're not ginger.
Really?
They both have brown hair. But my grandma, she's ginger.
Are you serious?
So, yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Well,
now, Sophia, a lot of people have been claiming that gingers will have completely died out by 2060. Other sources say that's false, but there's a lot on both sides of the argument. How do you feel about that your people could be gone within less than 50 years?
My people?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite well, I don't believe they will be, because like I said.
But, if they were, how would you feel about that?
Being the last of your kind? Jeez.
Can you imagine? You're on your deathbed. It's 2059. It's New Year's Eve, and you're like, I just have to make it till midnight.
I won't be that old. I'll
And
be
then-
like, I'll be 59.
She'd
And
be
then-
60. No, you'd
I'll
be
be
60.
Okay, I'll be 60.
I know, but
Yeah, born in 1999,
well,
Sophia.
obviously,
There you go.
because they think all the gingers are gonna be gone by 2060, something's gonna happen.
Oh my goodness!
You
I'm
have a
reading into
different
this
gene,
now.
so it's probably gonna be some sort of infection that wipes you all out. So you're gonna be on your deathbed. It's gonna be like 11:59, and you're gonna be like, I just have to prove that. You die with 1 second to go.
The
till
ball
midnight.
drops.
Yeah.
or whatever they do at
You're
New
lying
Year's
there,
then.
You're watching, what is it? Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve, right? And you're like,
It'll still be running.
you're like 10, 9, 8, 7.
And
Dead.
just gone.
Beep.
That just got depressing.
Wow.
The whole, there's like news stations there where like, we're waiting to see if the last ginger on Earth will make it to 2060 or not. Stay with us.
Well, I mean, I have a brother that's ginger too, so.
Yeah, well, he would be gone as well.
Both of us just on our
than you.
deathbed?
He's older
Yeah.
than you. He's probably gone already.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
same with Emily.
Sorry, Red.
Yeah,
That's his nickname.
that's his nickname. Okay.
Red.
So how do you feel about that? Like, what is it like being a part of the culture of?
People love to
Gingers.
say that I have no soul, including Josh.
Yeah,
That's a ongoing joke of his.
yeah. How does it feel to be soulless? Could you explain that to us? Like, what is it?
Such a weak joke.
Yeah, how is it different
Exactly.
from regular? Well, Ciaran, you're
Such
soulless
low-hanging
too, so
fruit.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
listen to you.
What-
Yeah, you're just soulless, dude.
What are you
Why is
talking
he
about?
soulless?
Give me some. You can't just back. Okay, you need some evidence to back up that accusation.
Gingers have souls.
Yeah. See.
You know, I feel like I could dig some stuff up, but I just have to like be careful with what information I leak.
What do you mean information you leak?
Tea.
Well, I mean, making an accusation that someone is soulless is a pretty heavy accusation, and I'd have to bring out the big guns for this one, and I don't want to end any chances you have of getting a career in the future, Ciaran.
Bring up big guns. That's
Ooh.
you know what.
Oh no.
Would
As
you come
soon-
up to me and
Here it
say,
goes.
"Bring it"?
We didn't include that in the last story, but Ed, crazy Ed, he was talking about how it's getting so wild and everything.
Terrorists everywhere.
Terrorists everywhere. He said to us, "You know what I would do if a terrorist walked into this room right now?" I thought this was the most American thing he could have said.
He points to the door, over to our left. He's like, "The terrorist was in that door right now with a gun."
You know what I would do? I'd walk up to him. I'd say, "Bring it." I've lived a good life. I'm 38 years old. And I'm looking around at Josh and all these other guys sitting. I'm like, what the hell is
And this is
guy?
after he's told us about the world ending in 2019 and Barack Obama's the Antichrist and all that.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've told you guys the truth now. You got to go out and spread the word.
You
He's
guys
like,
got to go into
he's
the
like-
trenches.
He's like, I'm older now. They can kill me. He's like, I don't even care. You guys, I'd let go up so you guys could run out that back door and go keep spreading the word.
yeah.
Like, okay.
Wow.
Alrighty. Yep, I'll keep spreading that word, Ed. Keep
Yeah.
spreading that word.
Oh, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
What a guy, huh?
Oh, I would say so. Oh, you heard the party that we're going to? Not this weekend, but the next weekend.
No,
Got
of
sold
course.
out.
Yeah. Except for a few spare tickets at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Kerner's house party over at
Mhm.
UBC. I really love the description of that.
Yeah.
How it's not super fratty,
No.
they have like an outdoor dance area, they have like a lounge area, a more chill area,
Yeah.
they have a balcony area, they have like a more inside area. It's the whole house party theme. I really love that.
It's a party at a. I'm just talking to Sophia for context here. It's like a party happening at UBC at a pub.
Oh yeah.
It's like a year-end kind of shindig.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited actually to partake in this. It seems like it's going to be a very
Wow.
affluent. I think a lot of very affluent people are going to be
Yeah.
attending, and I think that it'd be very classy.
Yeah.
You know.
I think it's going to be an all-around excellent day. I mean, we're going to go and hit Record Store Day for a bit,
Mm-hmm.
see a few live bands. There's a great Vancouver band playing called Black Wizard. They're kind of a bit Black Sabbath-y sort of sounding, and they'll play a set.
In name and in actual
Yeah,
sound of
yeah.
their whatever.
And so we'll play, hang out at the record store for a bit, catch a few bands, and then whip over to UBC for 9 p.m. when this banger
9
gets
p.m.
going.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Are you? You don't have any exams, right, Sophia?
No, I'm not in school.
No.
I'm just working.
Nice. Where are you working?
I'm
You should
working
come
at
back
a
that weekend, Sophia.
Yeah.
next weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see.
Anyways, continue.
Tetra.
Coast Claims Insurance Services.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Making bank, taking names.
Of course.
She
Well,
told
what
me
else
it's
would I be
really
doing?
riveting work. Like
No, really.
she gets a lot of chances to be creative at her job. So
Receptionist.
yeah.
Is it like? Are you? Oh my God, Josh.
Yeah.
She's the Pam.
She's Pam.
She's
Oh my
Pam
gosh.
Beasley.
You could meet your
Who?
gym there.
Yeah, you could.
Probably not. But
Why?
I mean,
What do you mean? If you could
Jeez.
just refrain from breaking Josh's desk,
apologize.
that'd be
Yeah,
great.
thank
Why not? Why wouldn't you meet
Well,
your
'cause
your
there's
gym
only
helper?
3 other people in the office.
Yes.
One, including my aunt. And
Okay.
then 2.
Okay, so that's one crossed out.
The other one's a lady.
Okay, crossed
Married.
out. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then
Who's to say? Hey,
there's-
they're rebooting The Office. Yeah.
a 40-year-old male.
40-year-old male.
Is he single?
Yes.
Oh.
I think
But
that's-
no, thank you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
You know,
it's a no.
Even
It's a
Jim
bit
went
of
to
a-
a different branch before he returned to the Scranton branch to
Oh,
marry
yeah.
Pam. So, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, there
spoiler
are
alert,
other
but
offices of
so
Coast
what if
Claims, but I
somebody
mean,
comes back over to Duncan.
Yeah, if someone transfers, you never know. There's new blood in the office.
that's true, but they're probably all, over 30.
Age is
Just a number.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, I've never been involved with someone over 30, but I
Yeah.
mean, that's what people say. Yeah.
But, experience everything once, right?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I had like the craziest. I had to like double check myself here because I work at the ferry terminal, not with BC Ferries,
Yeah.
but just in the terminal. And I was walking around. I went to the bathroom, and there was a receptacle for needles.
Yeah.
And at first, I was unaware of
Yeah, it's weird when you see those, huh?
it. Well, it's for diabetes. I learned later.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. I didn't know that. And I walked in and I was just washing my hands. And then a guy walks out of the bathroom stall and he has a needle in his hand. He drops it in the receptacle. And I was floored. Because in my mind, I thought that was for,
Yeah.
drugs.
Oh,
I thought I in my mind, I thought that was for drugs.
Yeah. I wonder how many traces of heroin you could find on needles in there. Because I'm sure there are some.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely. I'm not even joking. Okay, Josh, that was a joke. I'm not joking. I thought it was actually for drugs.
No, I thought it was too. I was like, oh, I guess they're just
Yeah,
trying
a
to
safe
safely
needle
Oh.
deposit, whatever. And I look at the guy, and he's a little bit overweight, I guess, like not like morbidly obese or anything, but he's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was just so shocked. And then I mentioned that to my boss, and then she said, "Oh yeah, they're for like insulin for people with diabetes." And I was like,
You're like, whew.
the final piece of the puzzle.
"Wow, that was
Came
close."
into place.
Yeah, it did. I was floored though. I had that cold chill that like goes through your whole scalp. I had that.
Yeah, you're like, that guy is floating in another plane right now.
Yeah.
How about we do a quick song of the week?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right. Ciaran, you wanna...
Sorry, disclaimer.
Sure.
I recently received. Did you get Tessa's text that she just sent?
No.
Oh, okay, she just sent.
Or was it the one where she said
Yeah.
she liked your... Yeah.
Well, you just took out my whole little bit, but thank
I
you
didn't
very.
finish my sentence, Ciaran. Just finish it.
Jeez, wow. All right, that's so difficult with you sometimes.
You should break
Tessa
it.
Rate, our previous guest, she just sent a text to Josh and I, detailing how I think the direct quote was, "So I just listened to Ciaran's song of the week, and I actually love it." So I think that's checkmate, atheists. All right. So thank you very much, Josh. Yeah, Sophia, you're the guest. Why don't you hit us up with that?
You know what? You know Tessa.
No,
was
no,
just
Josh,
doing that to piss me off because
Oh, no.
she had no witty response to when I actually explained my song of the week last week, and
I think she was just done with your.
I think she's just
shtick.
bitter. She's been bitter about that ever
Bitter?
since. Yeah,
I've never known Tessa to be bitter.
she's a salt machine.
I think you mean salt mine.
No, she's a salt machine.
Synthetic salt?
Yeah, she's like one of those trucks that drives around in the winter and salts the streets.
You mean people on the back with shovels?
She's a salt machine.
Oh, dang.
Oh, wow.
So the floor is yours, Sophia. I don't mess
And
it
if
up.
she crosses me again, I'm leaking the photo. She doesn't want me to. So.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
a
he
great
did not just
photo.
go there.
I think I have on my old phone. I'm sure I have because that same day that I met Sophia, you took a whole bunch of selfies on my phone.
Oh, no.
same here, dude.
No.
I don't have it on my new phone,
glad.
but on my old phone I have a couple
I don't know
fetus
why-
Sophia.
Promo pictures.
Why?
Promo
Why would I do that?
pictures.
You know what?
No, please don't. Please don't.
I don't know if I could find it. I'm sure that
I
it's
hope
long.
Oh,
they're
I
I
can
hope they're
guarantee
gone.
you I can find mine.
I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have some with her trying on some funky glasses at the dollar store.
No.
Oh,
We are
yeah, I
not.
think I remember that.
That's not a thing. No.
That's gonna be the
No,
thumbnail on
thank
YouTube.
you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could throw that on.
Oh
there.
yeah.
No, I think that's like a really bad one.
What is up with girls and trying selfies, like just taking selfies on other people's phones?
Honestly, I
don't
can't
know,
even
dude.
tell you.
Is it like you know how like a dog pees on things to like
Mm.
you know claim it?
Mm-hmm.
She's like claiming her guy friends. Like she's like selfies on his phone. Now the other girls know he's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That was rampant. That happened all the time.
Yeah.
There's
I don't know why it was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Like a
And you
lot of.
still, oh, can I use your phone? Yeah, sure. Do you need to
And then
text
they're
your?
just like.
All right, thanks for taking 30 photos on my phone. I'm just gonna delete them now. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sophia. I completely took that away from you. You were saying.
Oh, song of the week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Josh, what was that song today in the car?
The Beyonce one.
Beyonce one.
Ah yes, Don't Hurt Yourself. Beyonce featuring Jack White.
That was
yeah.
a bop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honestly, usually not a fan of Josh's music, but you know what? That one took the cake this week.
Excellent.
Yeah.
What did you like about it?
Pretty much the Beyonce part.
Yeah.
You know, just the fact that she was in the song with who is it with?
Jack White.
With Jack White.
Yeah. And the
Legend.
kind of like the intensity, you know.
The intensity.
Oh, that was a little raspy.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was very gravelly. Wow, so robust.
Yeah. It's a very intense song. I'm a fan of that one as well. It's
No,
an interesting collaboration between Jack White and Beyonce.
Mhm.
Saw an interview with him recently, and he was talking about it, and he said he wrote the song for her. He sent the demo, and she really liked
All
his
the
vocals.
lyrics too.
I don't know about all the lyrics because there's like some pretty.
It's the one where it talks about Becky with the good hair or whatever,
no,
right?
it's not that one.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But there's some lyrics that I think she added herself because I just can't see Jack White writing some of the stuff in there.
Yeah.
But I think he did all the instrumental because he samples When the Levee Breaks by Led Zeppelin to make the instrumental on that.
Mhm.
And then she took his vocals from the chorus because he was singing most of it, I guess, in the demo, and then put that on the full track. So yeah, it's a great song. Anyways, Ciaran, did you want to hit us with your song of the week now?
Oh, excuse me. Oh. Man, that was a long yawn.
Someone needs a nap.
Sorry?
Someone needs a nap.
Yeah, someone is me actually. Ciaran needs a nap.
Ciaran's got an exam though.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say, Oh, Money by Pink Floyd. I'm
Oh,
a
what a
huge fan
jam.
of that song. I have heard it before, of course, but I never really appreciated the vibe of it.
And the weird timing of the song too, makes it so unique.
Yeah, and even small little touches. Of course, the beginning is so iconic with all the the clinking coins,
like
and
the loops and the cash register like opening and all
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I love the. I don't know where they got the ambient talking in the background of their
What they
their
did
tracks.
is they went around, and when they were making the album, they just interviewed a bunch of their road crew and stuff. And
Really?
Just took like excerpts of those and like added those into the recording, like people laughing or people talking and stuff.
Yeah. Wow, I just really enjoyed it, and I thought that it was, probably one of their most commercial songs. I think because some of Pink Floyd is pretty out there in terms
But at the
of.
same time, it's not even really poppy at all.
No,
you know?
it's not. No.
But it's got quite a bass line. It's excellent.
Very funky, very iconic. I'm surprised it took me this long to really appreciate it.
Yeah. When I saw Roger Waters live and he played that, oh, what an experience, dude. That was awesome. But I actually remember the first time when I bought Dark Side of the Moon.
On vinyl?
Yeah, and I brought it over to Tony's.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to watch some horror movies, and I was like, yeah, I got this album by Pink Floyd. And you said, overrated stoner rock.
Did I?
Yep. I think you're just trying to piss me off a little
Yeah,
bit,
I can't imagine. I think, you know what? I read a Vice article that was taking down, classic music, and they had a whole bunch of classic bands that are so iconic, and that was what they called Pink Floyd. I think the article was like 7 or some number of albums that aren't really that good, and Dark Side of the Moon was on that.
Oh, what, dude?
Yeah.
They can't even say that. Like
I know the thing is though, they just say that to say defamatory things about something.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
the production quality on that inspired so much. Like, it's insane for 73. But I remember you said that, and I was like, what the heck, Ciaran? I was like, this is one of the best albums ever made of all time, okay?
Yeah, I was definitely
Like,
trying to wind you up.
And you were like, okay, I'll give it a listen, and then I'll get back to you. And then, like, this past year, you've just been, like, suddenly you came to me, you're like, oh my gosh, Josh, I just discovered Pink Floyd. It's amazing, dude.
Since when?
I think the first time you were really talking about it was about Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which actually, in fact, is my song of the week.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a second for me. That was the second, Money and then Shine On You Crazy
Really?
Diamond.
Yeah, because I've had to write a lot of papers because, end of term. And I've been writing all of my papers while listening to the albums Wish You Were Here, Dark Side of the Moon, and Metal. That's metal as in to metal with something, not like metal music or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
By who?
Pink Floyd. They're all by Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm. Is that
So-
an early album?
Metal was it was the album before Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh, okay.
Technically, there was another one in between Metal and Dark Side of the Moon. However, they recorded the album that was released after Metal before they recorded Metal. They
Say
were
that
just
again to me,
released.
sorry.
So
I'm
Confused
lost.
too.
Actually,
There
you know what?
was-
Forget it. No, you don't need to explain it. It's
yeah,
fine.
well, it was.
You don't need to explain it. It's fine.
Hold
It's
on, I
fine.
think it was like Metal.
I really think that it's okay. You don't need to explain it.
I'm gonna explain.
Okay.
So
fine.
I think it was Metal, Obscured by Clouds, and then Dark Side of the Moon.
In terms of
in
release
order,
or
chronological
recording.
However, it was in order. It was recorded, Obscured by Clouds, then Metal, then Dark Side of the Moon. So
Okay.
the progression is different. So, but the songs on Metal, including Echoes, I played that one for you. It's
Yep.
like 20 minutes long. Those are really transition them into the sound that is like prevalent on Dark Side of the Moon. And then Wish You Were Here is the album after Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
But Shine On You Crazy Diamond, just vibing with all the synths and the guitar work and
Yes.
the vocals.
Ambient. Yeah.
All around great song. And I wrote some great papers listening to those. So
Wow.
yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what time are we at now? I think we might have to wrap up pretty
Yeah,
soon.
we're coming right up to an hour.
Right up to an hour? I think we
Yeah.
should end it up at an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Sophia, do you have any closing remarks? What? Actually, you know what, Josh? How about we have Sophia talk about her experience on the podcast to entice further guests?
Yes, Sophia, please tell us how this experience was for you.
Basically, give us an ad. Give us an ad for
Oh,
the Ciaran and
geez.
Josh
Promote
experience.
the show, Sophia.
You say, Ciaran.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think I'm doing here, Josh? I'm promoting the show.
I don't know. Like, what do you want me to say?
Pros
no,
and
but,
cons.
like,
say
Was
say
it-
pros
was it
and cons.
pros and
say
cons, yeah.
a good thing and a bad thing.
But don't say any cons.
Yeah, don't say any bad things. Actually, like make your bad thing kind of.
no, I mean there is
vaguely-
no bad things. Like,
Excellent.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are like one of my close, or both my closest friends. So
Hey,
I mean,
excellent.
Oh wow.
it was a great time. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'd
Mhm.
love to come back. Cause I
We'd
did
love
great
to
there.
have
Love
you
to
back.
have you back. Who was it? You were on the phone right before the podcast
yes.
started. Who were you on the? Do you mind my asking here?
Oh
on the
no,
phone?
it's just a friend from North Delta.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to
What
walk
a
us?
horrible
Do you want to
place.
walk us through that phone call?
He just was wondering why I was doing a podcast, and I guess he's never heard of people doing podcasts. I guess. I
And
don't
he's
know.
never heard of the Ciaran and Josh experience?
I know.
Well, he's clearly been
What
living
kind of
under a
rock is
rock.
he
Okay, I'll
living-
send him the
Whoa,
link.
my gosh.
I'll send him
my
the link.
goodness.
Wow, nice, dude.
Yeah. Well done. Jeez. Sorry, you're saying, Sophia.
I don't know what I was saying.
Pros, cons.
Was that not enough? You want me to keep going?
Well,
Well,
get detailed.
we need
Sophia.
enough-
I mean,
we
what's
need-
the experience like for you? You've just experienced the Ciaran and Josh experience, so give us a little bit of substance about what the experience was like.
What Josh is trying to say is we need enough to splice together an ad.
A
that'll-
radio ad.
Yeah, that'll get us, somewhere.
You guys are just a good time. You
Oh,
guys are
excellent.
both funny.
Oh,
Love hanging out
shucks.
with you guys.
I'm blushing.
Oh,
I mean, why would
Sophia,
you not
stop.
want to come on the podcast?
Ugh.
You'd be crazy.
Wow. Oh.
Great.
Jeez.
That's perfect.
That's
You know-
all we wanted, really.
And Sophia, next time we have you back, hopefully you'll be 19 by that time, and
Yes.
you can enjoy a little bit of rosé with us while we record.
Yes.
I'm
know?
excited.
Yeah.
Can't
It's
wait.
such a fresh time. See that bottle of Josh Brown rosé up there?
Are you saving that for me?
Yeah, I'll get another one because I'm probably gonna drink that before
okay.
October.
Okay.
But
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine.
all right, it's been a great time. Thank you so much for
Mhm.
coming on, Sophia.
Of course.
What an excellent podcast. This has been a great time.
Yeah.
I've been Josh McKenna.
You have been.
I
Josh
have been
McKenna?
Josh McKenna.
Are you transitioning into
Yeah.
something new?
Yeah, I'm like I'm like a butterfly. I'm coming out
Ooh.
Oh,
coming
Ooh.
out of
like
the
that.
cocoon.
Nice.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you.
All right. Well, I can't say that I'm going to be doing that, so I'm just going to remain Ciaran Sanders.
Well, we'll see.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a.
oh, jeez.
What do you mean by that? You're gonna force me to metamorphosize?
Forced gender reassignment by cattle decapitation.
Do you know that song, Sophia?
No.
Oh man, I found that song. It was like a quick little tidbit before we end off. It's what would you classify that type of music as, Josh? Like
that
doomcore.
I think it's like
doomcore metal.
death metal. It's like because it's so many subgenres of metal. It's weird, dude.
Yeah. Anyways,
Wow.
highly, if you want to, I don't know, go and watch the music video.
It's considered the most disturbing music video ever made. It's
Yeah.
like banned on every website online except for a website called bloodydisgusting.com.
I've only
Oh.
seen censored versions of it.
Yeah, on like Watch Mojo, right?
Yeah. And I am already just disturbed. Anyways,
Just don't want to ever see the full thing.
you saw it though, didn't you?
No, I don't think I've watched the full thing.
You turned it off halfway?
No, I don't think I've watched. No, I just think I've just seen the clips from like reactions or things like that. Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they were explaining the song, and they're like, "Yeah, it's like a song about like, like transgender rights. Like, imagine being like trapped in a body that you like didn't want to be like born into." And they're like, "But of course, it's a cattle decapitation song, so it has to be about being forced." So yeah, it's just in like great detail, like talking about like,
God.
well, what the title sounds like, forced gender reassignment, but it's just so like over the top. It's kind of a meme, It's over the top in every way and imaginable. It's a bit of a meme. I mean, the band is called Cattle Decapitation. Like, it's like, farmers, look out! I'm gonna decapitate your cattle. Like, you're not getting any more milk out of those cattle.
I think I speak for Sophia, and I think I speak for the majority of our listeners when I say that I will keep my memes. I'll get my memes from other sources other
Yes, please.
than that area. I am Ciaran Sanders.
I'm Sophia Ingham.
And I've been Josh McKenna.
You don't need to sign off again if you don't.
Okay, Ciaran, you know what?
Let's take this outside, honestly.
Okay, Ciaran and I are going to take this outside. This is the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next week with probably Dominic.
Yeah, Dominic Fernato will probably be up. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. See ya, everyone.